Alright, working on the Chinese jack over here. I got it up in the vise, and I took the bottle jack and I bolted it in there because I was working on this bolt up here. Remember, I don't know if you remember, but I couldn't get a wrench on there because they had this side here right up against there, so you couldn't fit a wrench on there. So what I did is I beat it out a little bit, and then just wallered it a little bit, cleaned it up with a grinder, and now I don't have any clearance there, but we can get a wrench on there and tighten up. If you recall, that I lucked out and that wasn't tight at all, so I was able to get that with an open end. But like I said, I put this together. I'm actually only using that for a spacer right now, and what we're going to do is, if you recall, you see these holes here? These holes here just hold a rod, and that rod holds these flat pieces. You know, that's what your saddle sits on. So when it comes down, it sits on there, and this was missing. Plus, I think I'm going to make a front axle for this. I could reuse the old one. The old one's in decent shape, and it's not wallered out or nothing, but I think I'm going to make a new one just for fun. So let me take this off the vise here and put it on a table, and I'll give you a better explanation of what we're doing. Alright, we got you over here on the table. I have a piece of 1/4-inch rod through them holes I was showing you, and there's that flat board that holds the saddle. And with that, this rod actually serves two purposes. You can see down here, it keeps that rod. Well, that's like I say, that's a 1/4-inch rod. I'm going to put a bigger rod in there, but that actually holds that from dragging on the ground and getting snagged on stuff. But it also keeps these side pieces parallel, because on some of them, you know, it has a shoulder. Let me get that out of the way for you. They're put in here with a shoulder, and then they're squeezed together. Either squeezed together by the axle, or squeezed together by a nut and bolt. Let me show you on these other two jacks here. On this one here, this is a Japanese jack. This is a good jack. This is the one I rebuilt. This just has a shoulder on there, and this just floats in there. And this axle, I didn't realize that, but this axle here is actually supposed to be welded. You know, and when you weld it together, it squeezes everything in. So I'm going to have a little dirt bike weld that in place. But then if you look at this other jack here, this one here has the same bar. It's a little thicker. You can actually see where these two struts sit down on there. But anyway, this one has bolts on the end, and it squeezes together. That squeezes together here. And this actually has an axle, and this is just a through axle. It floats. So there's two different ways. I think I'm going to incorporate a combination of both of these. I think I'm going to put bolts on mine, but then we'll see what happens up front here. Alright, here's the original axle that came on there, and I don't think it was really original, because if you look at it, it has two shoulders there, and this axle was welded in place, and then if you center that, you still have so much play with them wheels on each side. So I don't think this was the right axle. I think somebody might have put that in. I could do that. I could just put it back in and weld it in place and call it good, but I think I'm going to make another axle with a shoulder on it, so when you tighten up on that, it'll tighten up on the axle. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, this piece here, I got a piece of 1/2 inch over here, and a 1/2 inch will do. A 1/2 inch will do nice. It'll give me a shoulder, and then give me enough to thread. So let me head over to the lathe, and we'll get back with you. sleeves. Alright, let's take this out of here. Let's see how it works. Yeah, clean them threads out a little bit. Got my thumbnail on there. I cleaned it out pretty good. Alright. Alright, I've got the one side done. Now I'm gonna make it 6 inches. The diameter or the width between it is 6 1/8. So if I make just 6 inches in between, you know, it'll pull in and keep tension on it. So, alright, let me measure this out and lay it out, and we'll see you over there later. Alright, yeah, I'm happy the way it turned out. Like I said up here, I made it an 1/8 smaller than the piston block there. And when you get down around here, this is pulled in a little bit because it's bent, but it'll fit real nice. And then the reason I'm not putting it in is because you gotta loosen up back here. And down here I'm happy with that. It's nice and level and the shoulders are nice, so we're happy. That's where that lathe comes in handy, you know, make little stuff like this. And now we'll attempt to make a new axle. Alright, we'll see when we do that. Yeah, a lot of guys will probably say, why don't you use a piece of all thread and find a 3/8 sleeve or something like that, you know. Yeah, I could have done that and it would have worked, but I'd rather have done it like this. You know, this was more fun. And this looks a little more professional than something like that. Okay. Alright, I got this wheel shaft just where I want it. I don't even know what the dimension is, but you know, I snuck up on it and that fits in there. And then this side fits in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the wheel up, you know, with a little sandpaper in here, clean it up until it fits on there nice. Should be real snug. Then I'll make the hole on the jack plate there fit the shaft. Alright, let me play with this wheel a little bit. Alright, I polished up the inside of the wheel here, and it's a good tight fit. There we go, look at that. That's what I want. Alright, so now I'm going to leave this one alone. I'm going to mark them. I'm going to mark this one for this side and that side because they're probably both different on the insides. But we're going to make this fit the plate now. Alright, we got a good fit here. I stamped an R on this one for right, and same for the wheel. I stamped an R in that. Ooh. There we go. Alright, and I got this fitting pretty perfect there, so there's really no slop. And this one here, it don't even fit in this side. So we'll make this other side fit that hole and the wheel. Alright, you guys don't have to see that. Alright, here we got that one down where we want it, and this wheel fits on pretty good. I'm happy with that. You know, you gotta give it a little room, so we're happy with that. Alright, we're gonna go over there and we'll stamp an L on this one and an L on the shaft, and then we'll be good to go. I know somebody's gonna say I got my headstock on backwards here, and we know that. Let me get this out of the way here for you. But reason for that is that's the only way you're gonna get this to work, you know, because you bring the tailstock up there, and if it was the other way, it would hit the bottom would hit the tailstock, and I wouldn't be able to go far enough. So I had to switch everything around and put that on this side, and I was able to just barely get it in there. See that? So that's why it's like that. I know I'm still going to get comments. That's how I know people don't watch the whole video, because they're going to say, "Oh, you got that on backwards," instead of waiting to hear the reason why. So that's what you got to do with these little lathes, or little Atlas. Yeah, this thing just pulled us out of more trouble than you can imagine. All right, let's go over to the bench and we'll close this one up. All right, this one's a real nice fit. This one's so tight I can only get it halfway through. See that? So let me finesse that a little bit. Alright, let's massage it a little bit. A little better. Alright, almost there. And then play with it a little more. Turn it back on. Okay, that didn't take much. There we go. Alright. Alright. I don't know how long this video is getting, but this here is a lot. We accomplished a lot just by making these two little axles, or whatever they are. A spacer and an axle. So I guess the next thing we're going to do is tighten these side pieces here. Wait till you see how we do that. That's going to blow your mind. I'm going to have to wait for Mike though, because it's a two-man job there. But I guess for now I'll go edit this and upload it and give you guys something to watch. So what do you say? Enough of this? Alright.